2-0 in the finals. Even sparking Chris Broussard to tell me it's over, but not the end result they wanted. Here was an emotional Monty Williams after Game 6.
I think it's going to take me a minute, you know. I just don't take it for granted. It's hard to get here. And I wanted it so bad, you know. It's hard to process right now. It's hard, you know. That's all.
You could just feel what Monty's going through. Hey, Brandon, the Suns' chances of being back in the finals next season are blank.
Well, first, I want to address the Monty press conference. I mean, come on, Jenna and Keta and Sam. Like, you guys trying to make me cry early this morning? I mean, watching that, I mean, it just takes it back to, like, seriously, come on, man. You just think about what not only, I mean, all those players, all those coaches gone through. And you got to really lean into that. The sacrifices that they made when everybody else could eat ribs and French fries, those guys eating chicken breasts and broccoli. I know Jenna loves that stuff, and she can eat it every single night.
Every day.
But there's some people in this world that just as tough, right? And you think about the sacrifices, the body, everything they had to overcome physically, mentally. Like, there's a lot that goes into this game. Like, we see the glitz, we see the glamour, but behind the scenes, there are sacrifices being made day after day after day, not only with them, but the support staff, their family. So you feel that. So I had to address that first because I'm sitting here watching like, oh, my goodness, reminiscent of my 13 years in the league. And, you know, those moments where it's just like, man, you put so much into these moments. But the Suns making it back to the finals, the chances are, wow, you got LeBron James and AD, they get hurt. The Utah Jazz, wow, they'll be better. You got the Golden State, you got Klay Thompson coming back. So what are the chances? It's better than you think. It's better than you think. Let's go back to February. Let's go back to March. I was one of the first people high on the Suns. And everyone's like, oh, you can't talk about the Suns on this show. Well, I can assure you this. The Suns will be better. Ayton will, he's stepping into himself. He got control. He was on this series. But at the end of the day, he's going to walk away with some great takeaways, and he'll be better. Booker, oh, my goodness. I don't want to just throw his name out here, but Kobe Bean Bryant would be proud of Booker. Man, the hard shots that he made throughout these playoffs, game after game after game. He is, you know what he said to us? You know what Booker said to us? Screw the new wave. Screw how you guys want to play basketball. You want me to sit back there 35 feet and pull threes from the logo? No, I'm going to get it the way that the greats got it done. Mid-range game, getting to the bucket, getting other guys involved. Booker, phenomenal job. And CP3, yeah, we're going to talk about the low lights. Yeah, we're going to talk about, oh, he implodes in the postseason again. But CP3 is the organization re-energizer. He will come back and he will do his job in Monty Williams. Monty Williams is one of the great coaches in the NBA today. So the chances are better than you think. But it's going to be tougher because you're going to have a LeBron James and an AD that's fired up. You're going to have a Klay Thompson and those boys out there out in the Bay with Steph Curry. They're going to be fired up. So it's going to be harder, Nick.
Brandon, you mentioned what Booker was saying. You know what Drew Holiday was saying to Devin Booker? Give me that. And just taking the ball from him repeatedly. Games 5 and 6. It was probably why he struggled a bit, but that's fine. All right, the chances of the Suns being back in the finals are more Heat than Spurs. And by that I mean, in 2013, the Spurs lost a gut-wrenching NBA Finals and were right back there the next year in 2014 and won the title. In 2020, the Heat were the surprise. Oh, look who just made the finals. The Miami Heat. Are the Heat actually one of the best teams in the East? Nope, actually, no, they're not. And they're swept out in the first round this year, and next year they go into it as like the 6th best team in the conference. For the Suns, it's more that than the former. You mentioned the Lakers, the Warriors. How about you mentioned the Nuggets with Jamal Murray coming back, and I'm going to add the Mavs because they will be better because Luka will somehow be better. That's 4 teams. Only 4 teams make it out of round 1. You said the Jazz. The only thing Jazz should just move to Seattle and start anew. So like otherwise they're just Jazz.
Record in the NBA.
Yeah. I'll never believe in the Jazz again. All right, maybe they don't need to move. I'll never believe in the Jazz. I shouldn't say again ever. But my point is, I think Phoenix right now, Wilds. If I had to make a bet, what is more likely next year? The Suns in the finals? Or the Suns out in round 1, that is the easiest bet I could make. And by the way, that doesn't even mention that we're not sure if Chris Paul's back. Obviously, if Chris Paul isn't back, they're not a contender at all. Even if he is back, I think there's probably 4 teams in the West that go into next year feeling better about their chances.
Is AD back?
Well, that's a fair question.
AD's going to be back?
I mean, he's
Has
signed.
anybody found him?
He's going to be signed. He's got a long-term contract. He's starring in Space Jam, Brand. He's got a lot going on.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Rod.
Space Jam.
All right, so my answer is Saban-esque. And after watching Monty Williams last year in the bubble, watching him in his Wired clips, watching him go into the Bucks locker room and say that congratulate the Bucks and say that their performance made him a better coach, and watching his post-game press conferences. It feels Saban-esque for this reason. I think there's a different, obviously, coaching style. But that you could go to Phoenix and want to be coached by Monty Williams. And when we talk about reasons that free agents and stars go places, we talk about money, we talk about the other players on the team, we talk about lifestyle, we talk about weather. We don't really talk about coaching. But I think that we've seen such an emotional breadth and strategic brilliance from Monty Williams that if I'm a free agent or if I'm a star looking around, say, you know what? Just like how high school kids say, I want to be coached by Nick Saban. I think, you know what? I want to be coached by Monty Williams. And Nick, and I know that Magic Johnson put the tweet out there that CP3 could go to Los Angeles. I think CP3, who has bounced around this league and played for a bunch of guys, I think that he stays. Because I think that he thinks he can run it back. He was just in the finals. And I think he has a loyalty to Monty Williams and sort of an emotional connection that supersedes, his friendship.